Hello and welcome back to the Smart Girl podcast, where we keep it real about health, lifestyle, and everything in between from an urban millennial perspective. I am your host, M. Cherie, and I would like for everyone to ponder this. Ever wonder why a quick morning workout leaves you feeling invincible? Or how a few minutes of mindfulness can turn a chaotic day into a calm one? Well, today I have a very special guest on the podcast, Mr. O'Brien Russell, who is a health and wellness trainer, and we are diving deep into the powerful connection between fitness, self care, and mental health. So sit back and relax as we explore how taking care of your body and mind can transform your life. Let's get started. Mr. Russell, welcome.
Appreciate the welcome. Appreciate the welcome there.
We appreciate you for coming to the Smart Girl podcast today. I'm so excited because when it comes to health and wellness, that's actually like my background. When I went to school, college, that was my major. So health and wellness is a topic that is very, important and special to me. So can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and the inspiration behind Beast Mode SCF LLC, sir?
Oh man, don't do it to me too early. But but anyway, my name is O'Brien Russell, aka OB. I'm from a small town, Dublin, Georgia, right below Macon,
Okay.
middle Georgia.
Mhm.
Um, I guess the whole mindset behind beast mode. As I was a little kid, I used to watch my mom work out to aerobics tapes inside the living room. So I was a little boy. I just used to watch her work out. I used to
Mhm.
get a kick out of it and enjoy it, and didn't know it was going to turn into something. As far as me, getting into health and wellness. So as I got older, got into sports. Come from a family of athletes and
Okay.
sports. So as I ventured on, hey, I said, man, let me start training. So I got into training, and then came up with a name, Beast Mode. Beast Mode. That name pretty much came from, hey, we like to hit it and get it. We like to go hard. We like to turn it to a beast and get out there
Right,
and
right,
grind.
right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And the strength, conditioning, fitness. Of course, we want to be strong, but at the same time, being strong, we got to have that good conditioning, so we can have the endurance, and then just being overall fit, man, so we can venture off to anywhere in life and just conquer.
Okay. All right, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. So I feel like this is the perfect time to have this conversation because number one, it's summertime, right? So summertime people are looking for these summer bodies, what they call summer bodies. Women want to look a certain way in bathing suits and things like that when they're on vacation with their families, things like that. Maybe they want to look a certain way for, their spouses or their significant other and stuff like that. And then I also see that men as well, kind of want a summer body and things like that. So we have that going on, and then we also, I think we have a lot more people today that are health conscious than we did before in a way. And so I feel like because we have more people that consider themselves to be vegan or vegetarian, I feel like fitness, people are trying to incorporate fitness and working out a little bit more into their daily lives. And then also I'm seeing a trend with social media, like the gym life. People in the gym working out. Listen, I'm on Instagram all the time, like it's crazy, and it's very inspiring to me. I went on your page just to shout you out real quick. So I went on your page. You have a large following, but the videos that I have seen, those people are, whether they're outside, they can just be, on the street or something like that, or at home or in the gym, and they are working out and they're using their bodies and things like that. And it's just such a good look, especially to see Black people taking more of a conscious effort when it comes to fitness, when it comes to working out. things like that. I know, real quick, personal story. I've had some health challenges or whatnot in my 30s, early 30s. I've had different things going on, like blood clots and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm just so glad that you're on the podcast today because you can help me out. And then also the people who may be listening when it comes, if they have health issues and things like that, why it may be so important to incorporate fitness and exercise into their daily routine. All right, so my first question, Mr. Russell, is when it comes to the 30 plus population, that age group. So, like, this podcast mainly focuses on millennials, but when it comes to the 30 plus population, why, in your opinion, why is fitness and an active lifestyle so important?
Good question. That's a good question now. All right, so you think about it, when we were little kids, starting we'll say 5 years old, 5 years old up into the teens, we're outside having fun, playing. We're not even thinking about, hey man, we getting some good fitness in at the same time of having fun. And then of course, your early 20s, you're out and about, you're active, whether that be if you're playing sports or whether you just like to be active every day. Now as you start getting older, you start to get 30, you get responsibilities. You get a lot more responsibilities. Life start kicking in. You got bills to pay. So a lot of times that fitness get put on the back burner. And so our main goal is, hey, we got to go out here and work, make the money. But at the same time, we forget about that fitness.
Mm,
So that's why, like you say, in the 30s on up, we really got to hone in on staying fit and staying active. We might not be able to do what we did when we were 20 or 17 or 18, but hey, just as long as we out there doing something every day or every other day, just so we can keep that motion, so we can stay fit.
right. Oh wow, that is all. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It definitely does.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um. Next question is: do you consider fitness a form of self care? Why or why not? Is fitness self care?
Oh, most definitely self care. Like you say, everything starts with yourself. It starts with your wellness and health and your health and wellness and well being. So, like you said, you go get your nails done, you get your hair done, you get your hair cut.
Right.
I got dreads, so I go and get my hair maintenance.
Hmm.
Same thing when it comes down to your health. It is a form of self care, and we got to hone in on that more important than anything we do, because that's where it starts and ends at.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree too. For men and women, I think that should be a part of you taking care. Just like you said, like with women, hair and nails and things like that. We feel like automatically that's something that's self care, but fitness as well, and not just because. At least for me, I don't think not just because you may have health problems or be overweight, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now, well, I'm starting to get into it more now, and I have a friend, I guess you could call an accountability partner. She's
Okay.
female, that we go. We try to go like at least twice a week and whatnot to this place over here in Clayton County, and it's actually fun to me. Like I thought it was going to be like a chore, something boring. Like, oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
we have to do this. But it's actually fun for me. Like, there are other people in there. Like sometimes there are small groups. Sometimes people
Mm-hmm.
go by themselves. They have their little headphones on. So I got me a pair of wireless headphones. I'll be on the elliptical or something, and I have my little music. And before you know it, like, 5 minutes turns into 20 minutes that you've actually been exercising. And so I really like it. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this is a thing that people are starting to get into, that I'm starting to get into as a millennial. And I really feel like it's a good look, like all across the board.
Most definitely.
Why is it so much harder to lose weight as you get older? And also, does detoxing really work? So why is it so hard to lose weight as you get older? And does detoxing really work?
Okay. So it goes back to, when we were talking about, early in your life when you're so active, you hear the elderly say, oh man, you're so puny, you're so little. That's because you're active every day.
Mhm.
You're going at it 24/7. All right. So to move forward, like you said, get back to those 30s. Like you say, the activity go down. We're eating a lot more processed foods, so
Mhm.
you're getting a lot of that stuff. It's like building
Yep.
a house. So you putting processed foods, those building blocks, you're putting it on top of each other. So that's slowing down your metabolic rate.
Yep.
And you got this excess
Yep. Yep.
excess fat cells, and then you just got
Talk to
other
the
health.
people. Talk to the people.
And you just got you got these other health issues, and then on top of that, man, you just got everything else going on. So it makes it that much harder, to actually want to do it, and it makes it that much, like I say, makes it that much harder for the weight to come off. And then to go to your next question, as far as detoxing,
Mhm.
detoxing does work,
Okay.
especially to come at that age group, starting 30s on up. You got a lot of that stagnant waste that's just hanging around, that extra fat that's hanging around, that's stubborn. That's when the
Mhm.
detox come in. The detox come in like a flood, like a hurricane or like a storm. It come
Mhm.
in and break up a lot of stuff, that stubborn stuff, to kind of get you back on the right track, you know. And
Mhm.
that's kind of a good jump start for a lot of people, that's having, some little hard times, getting the extra fat off and stuff like that.
Right. 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 Right.
Man.
Yeah. That once again makes a lot of sense. All right. So, can fitness and self care mitigate against common health problems like hypertension and diabetes?
Oh, most deaf. That along with making good healthy eating choices, because they go together. It's like husband and wife, or male and female, or whatever you want to say, negative and positive.
Hmm.
It go together. We can go out here, we can work out, but at the same time, if we're not putting the right gas or the right fuel or the right nutrients, however you want to say it,
Hmm.
it's kind of like we're going to be spinning the mud. So they go together. We got to put both of them together so we can get the results that we're looking for.
All right. I dig that. I can definitely dig that. There's some practical tips for a millennial. So, like my last episode, we talked about millennials. The age bracket when I went online says that from like 29 to about 40, you're considered a millennial, right? So, what are some practical tips or everyday things that a millennial who is navigating a new wellness journey can do in trying to incorporate fitness into a busy lifestyle? Like for myself, I'm a school teacher by trade. So
Okay.
I'm working normally, like my schedule normally doesn't change. I'm working during the week from about 8 to 4, 8:15,
Mm-hmm.
8:30 to 4:30, something like that. But I still, and I'm not really doing too much on the weekends, but I still want to incorporate fitness. And then like friends that I have as well. So like I asked one of my teacher friends, and I think she told me that she doesn't really work out like that. And so I guess it's kind of more important to me now because of, like I said, I've had issues and health issues in my earlier 30s and things like that that really kind of have me feeling like, okay, I need to take this a little bit more seriously, not to mention trying to get the weight off and things like that. I was a certain weight in college that I wish I could get back to, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
some people might feel like, I was looking really good when I was in my mid 20s or, early 30s. And then as I've aged, like we might have some older people, in the audience or viewers that are listening. Some of my audience is actually in that 45 to 54 age category and things like that. So it's kind of like we think about how we look when we were younger. And sometimes I'm like, I wish I could get that back. Like, how could I kind of go back to a familiar time when I was smaller, a little bit healthier? I had made some of the I guess food choice, whatever food choices that I made, taking out, like especially in college, like, oh my God, I was
Yeah.
always ordering food. I remember this one place. So I went to school at Florida A&M. Shout out to Florida
Fam,
A&M
you.
University in Tallahassee.
Yeah,
Is
already.
the mic on? Is the mic on? Yeah, so I made some really unhealthy food choices when I was in college, and maybe some other people did as well. So it's like, okay, the fitness, how do we incorporate the fitness into our fast-paced everyday lives? We got school teachers, we got lawyers, we have doctors, we have people that are entrepreneurs, people that work for themselves, but are very busy and things like that. So, do you have a couple of tips that you can share that we can incorporate, especially as millennials, that we can incorporate into our everyday situation? Because we got to get this fitness in. There's a lot going on, like people younger and younger with heart disease, and people younger and younger with hypertension. You know what I'm saying? 16, 25 years old with high blood pressure and things like that. The American diet, especially for African Americans, it's just messing us up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we have a lot of mixed messages about what we should consume and
Hmm.
what we should not consume. So
Hmm.
can you please give our audience, what can we do, some practical everyday tips in this fast-paced world to incorporate fitness and eating healthy and self-care and all of that into our daily lives? Because I really feel like they need to hear that today.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um, and you hit it right in the head. In today's society, man, it is fast. It's going like lightning. The schedules are tight. Everything is fast. But I tell people all the time, don't look at everything so complex or so dynamic. Of course, it's some complex and dynamic stuff out there. But we want to stick to nuts and bolts. We want to keep it real simple.
Right.
It's not all this crazy stuff, this crazy complex stuff to lose weight. I mean, you can start off with something if you can get up early in the morning, maybe 20 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes earlier, maybe even 10 to 15 minutes, you
Mhm.
know, do some stretching, do some type of yoga. If you want to do some type of 5 to 10 minute, little hit session, some
Right.
jumping jacks, running in place,
Okay.
burpees or whatever, or even if you don't have the time in the morning, during the day as you're working or when you get off work, find
Mhm.
sometime 10 minutes, to walk, if you can jog, you don't even have to do it for about 5 to 10 minutes. You're getting something. You're getting something. So that'll be a good start there. You know, um,
Wow.
I don't know if you have a accountability person
Mhm.
that you can count on. Hey, let's go and walk for about 5 to 7 minutes. You know, and in between, let's do about 2 sets of 20 jumping jacks. Something simple. To
Mhm.
just keep yourself flowing and keep that fitness up. Because any little bit it goes a long way.
Oh my God. That's amazing. And it might seem so simple what you said to somebody, but like some people really need to understand, like it's just that simple. You've got
Just that
to, as
simple.
they say, you've got to start somewhere,
That's
right?
right.
No
That's
matter
right.
if you're 25 or 45, you've got
That's
to
it.
start somewhere. And I, like you
Hmm.
said, the walking and things like that in the morning, 10, whatever, 20 minutes, 35, 30, whatever minutes in the morning before you really get your day started.
Yep.
In addition to that, I think the mindfulness, it doesn't have to be yoga, I don't think, but as far as self-care, being able to get in a quiet space before you go to work, especially those of us in the school system that know what we're walking into for those 8 hours a day during the week with those kids, like get a little bit of fitness in. And I think they call it cardio or whatever, stuff like that. I think that is so, 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 so important. So thank you
Oh yeah.
so much.
Hmm.
I
And
really, really appreciate
yes, ma'am.
giving us those tips.
Yep.
All right, so once again, we would like to thank our special guest, Mr. O'Brien Russell, health and wellness trainer, for being here with us today. Listen, he really dropped some jewels of wisdom on us, what we need to do, whether you are a millennial or you are just someone out here, period, trying to navigate your wellness journey. Very, very important, especially, listen, guys, incorporate fitness. He told you, listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about. He's a trainer. He's done this. He's proven that it works. And listen, we just appreciate you so much. Mr. Russell, do you have any final words before we close out today, sir?
Well, like I say again, thank you so much for having me on. You know, it was an honor. I enjoyed my time. Hopefully, what I said today can touch somebody. If it's just one person, I'm okay with that. Again, thank you. And before I go, I want to present you with this Beast Mode t-shirt here. That's the front of it there.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, I like
back side there.
Okay.
You know
We
what I'm
see you,
saying?
beast mode. We see
Yeah,
you.
that's right. So when you're out and about,
Thank you.
yeah, you can rep the brand, and hope you enjoy the shirt.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're sure
So,
welcome.
listen, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Holistic Harmony. We hope it has inspired you to take steps towards a healthier mind and body. If you enjoyed the conversation today, listen, don't hesitate to become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. We give you captivating content and intellectual insights on the happenings of life. Also, make sure that you respond to our community polls. We would love, love, love to hear from you. And as always, may your brilliance continue to enlighten the road ahead. Dare to be different in a world full of copies. Stay sharp, stay smart. Until the next time.